Well done.
86 years last Saturday.
Okay, all right. Happy
Oh, so we
birthday.
just missed your birthday. Well, happy birthday. And that
Oh,
says
that
this
is
is
so
your
lovely.
quilt with your label on
I
it.
believe it.
How nice.
Oh,
That is beautiful.
Hey, Bill, don't bet it on SC. They lost their quarterback.
Would you like to tell them a little bit about your service?
okay.
And why were you in two branches even?
I got out of Poly High in June of '46. A month later, I joined the U.S. Navy on a minority cruise, which meant I would be in the Navy until the day before I was 21. And I actually got out 3 weeks early, in August of '49. So I went to City College, didn't like that, and there was no jobs. 16 million veterans from World War II, and so I kind of joined the Air Force Reserve for something to do out on Spring Street here, and then I had an opportunity to go full time for 3 years, and I did around the 7th of June of '50, and of course we all know what happened the 25th of June. The Korean War started, so that did away with my station, 3-year permanent thing. So I ended up, I was a buck sergeant and a third-class petty officer in the Navy. And a few months later, they called the 452nd Bomb Wing from Long Beach to active duty. And I had already been on active duty then about 2 months, I guess, and I had a job with the air police section out at Long Beach Air Police Port, and I don't know, they called me in. I got the telegram, I guess it was, from the president calling me to active duty for 21 months with that bomb wing. The base commander had the opportunity to drop people that he had to have from that draft, and fortunately I was one. I had a lot of high school pals in that outfit. I would have been happy enough, but they didn't like it, so I wouldn't have liked it. And I ended up, early '51, I got a promotion to staff sergeant, and about a month later I went to, I did this time they got me. The Strategic Air Command could get anything they wanted, and I ended up going out to March Air Force Base in March of '51, and they were forming a 44th Bomb Wing, B-29s, and the station wing, the 22nd Wing, was B-29s, and they had already flown over to Okinawa and dropped some bombs in Korea by that time. And so we trained, and it was all strange to me because I was Navy trained. And I ended up with this squadron I was in, transferring everybody to Louisiana, Lake Charles, and everybody that they could push off to schools and training, I had to do that, not Navy style, Army.
Wait a minute, I thought you were in
And
the
I
Air
did
Force.
it, and it was fun. And we drove from here, from March Air Force Base to Lake Charles, Louisiana. And none of us, we're all Californians. And the only humidity I'd ever seen in my life was in the Navy, in Panama. But I'll tell you, when we got into Texas, one of the kids from Compton, we're driving across Texas. It's nothing, but miles. And he said, man, if they ever give the world an enema, this is where they stay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but we got into Louisiana on the morning of the 6th of July and reported, and it was just a reopened 1945 air base, and it was not very, up to date. That no air conditioning anywhere on the base except in the base theater, I think it was. But I was there, and it was fine, and they had a 90-day freeze on anybody, so you couldn't transfer, so I didn't care for Louisiana. The deal came up open with my rank in Topeka, Kansas, and I just got it and went. And that's where I finished out in the 21st Air Division in Topeka, Kansas. What we did again was training, mainly, and training crews for B-29s, flyers and all the crews. They carried 10 people, and it was very active base in that way, and very busy. And I was in for 21 more months again this time. Well, come the about June 1st, I think, we learned that my air division was dropping off. We're not going to exist anymore, so any reserves could be relieved. So, in the meantime, my boss was a major, and he was an old-time kid that got in the Army when he was 16, and he was a major, U.S. Air Force regular major, and he'd been a glider pilot there in World War II, and he liked me. And he had me go up for a promotion. I was leaving, and I got it. It was kind of tough to leave. Another officer that I'd been talking on the phone to for a year was up in Omaha, SAC Air Force Base, and he said, "I understand your outfit's going away." He says, "I got a position up here for you as a master sergeant. Just as soon as you get your 6 months, then you got it." Well, I said, "Major, I'm going home." "You're one of those reserves?" So that's the story. I came home. I couldn't go on the PD right away. I took exams later on in the fall, and then May 4th, I was sworn in as a policeman, 1953.
Thank you for all of your service.
Thank you
Retired
for
as
your
a sergeant.
service, for all your service.